At Christmas dinner with my family, someone said to me, "You can eat in the car." My brother Joseph grinned. "Why would we waste a seat on you?" I looked around. Everyone else had a place at the table, even my cousin Mark, who once stole from me. I was still holding the gift I brought. I had picked it out carefully, hoping maybe this year they'd see me differently. "Joseph," I said, trying to stay calm. He looked up, still smirking. "Check under your plate." He paused, then lifted the plate. There was an envelope taped underneath. He opened it, read what was inside, and his face turned pale. My mom leaned over to see, but he stayed quiet. "You can explain that to everyone," I said. "Merry Christmas." I walked out. Behind me, I heard them talking, shocked. I got in my car and shut the door. My phone rang. It was Mom, then Dad. More messages started coming in, but I didn't answer. They had just told me I didn't belong, and now they were trying to stop me from leaving? I'd had enough. I didn't go home right away. I drove around, watching Christmas lights blur past while trying to keep my hand steady. The calls kept coming, Mom, Dad, even Joseph, but I ignored them. This wasn't just about Christmas dinner. It had been building up for years. I was always the one who gave the most, who showed up, who helped out. When Joseph and his wife had their first baby, I bought them a stroller. For the second, I helped pay for daycare. I bought school supplies every year, helped with summer camps, even paid their mortgage when Joseph lost his job. I thought I was doing the right thing, being the good brother. But no one saw what it cost me, the bills I struggled to pay, the trips I didn't take, the things I gave up. To them, I was just the one who paid. And if I didn't give enough, I was a failure. The phone rang again. "Mom." I gritted my teeth and picked it up. "Now you call," I snapped, barely recognizing the edge in my own voice. "Sweetheart, please come back," she pleaded, her voice shaky. "We didn't mean it. Joseph was just upset." "Upset?" I laughed bitterly. "You didn't seem upset when you told me I could eat in the car. It was just a joke." "No, Mom, it wasn't a joke, it never is." I could hear Dad's voice in the background, grumbling something. "You and Dad just sat there, didn't say a word, not one. Please come home, we can talk about this." "Home?" I barked. "That's not my home. It's a place I visit to be humiliated." Silence, then a faint whisper. "Please don't do this." But I was already hanging up. The anger was boiling now, years of silent resentment clawing to the surface. I turned the car around. No, I wasn't going home, not yet. I was going back. I pulled up in front of their house, stormed out of the car, and banged on the door. It swung open. And there they were. Mom's eyes red and puffy, Dad's arms crossed defensively, and Joseph, looking smug as ever, leaning against the wall. "Back for another lecture?" he sneered. "No," I spat, "back for answers." I turned to Mom and Dad. "Explain it to me. How did I become the joke of this family? How did I become the loser?" My father sighed. "Don't be dramatic. Joseph was just kidding." "Kidding?" I felt the heat rise in my chest. "This isn't just about tonight. It's about everything. I've spent years, paying your bills, covering for Joseph's mistakes, taking care of his family because he couldn't." "I didn't ask you to." Joseph shot back, arms still crossed. "Didn't ask." I laughed, a wild, bitter sound. "No, you didn't ask. You just expected it, and when I couldn't give enough, I became worthless, a loser." Joseph's smug look faltered. "Look, if you're going to cry about a few bucks." "A few bucks?" I was shouting now. "How much do you think I've given you, Joseph? Thousands? Tens of thousands? While you sat back doing nothing. And you," I pointed at Mom and Dad, "you encouraged it, told me I was the responsible one, but when I needed support." Silence. "Stop yelling," Dad muttered. "You're making a scene." "Oh, I'm making a scene?" I turned, grabbing the presents from the car. "You know what? Here." I threw the bags at Joseph's feet. "Take them, the presents you didn't think I brought." His eyes widened as the bag spilled open. Toys, books, everything I had spent hours choosing. Karen peeked out from the hallway, her face pale, her lips pressed tight. "You didn't even look in the car, did you?" I shouted. "You just assumed I was worthless." "Enough," Mom's voice cracked, tears in her eyes. "This is Christmas, please, just calm down." "Calm down?" I laughed again, that wild, bitter laugh. "Fine, I'm calm, but I'm also done. Done being your bank, done being your punching bag, done pretending this is a family." I stepped back, breathing hard, my heart pounding against my ribs. For a moment, no one spoke. Then Joseph, his voice small now, tried to sneer. "Yeah, walk away, you always do." "I never walked away," I whispered, my voice shaking. "I just never realized how little I mattered." I turned and left, slamming the door behind me. This time, I didn't look back. But as I got in the car, the exhaustion hit me, the years of giving, the endless sacrifices, the constant feeling of being nothing more than an afterthought. It crashed down on me like a wave. I wasn't just leaving their house, I was done being part of their lives. I didn't hear from them for 2 days, not a single call, not a text, silence. It was like I had vanished from their world. And for a moment, I thought maybe, just maybe, they had understood, maybe they had finally realized how badly they had hurt me, maybe they were ashamed. But that was a fantasy. The truth hit like a wrecking ball the morning of the 3rd day, when my doorbell rang. I opened it to find Joseph standing there, his face twisted with a mix of rage and desperation. His hair was a mess, his eyes were bloodshot. "You need to stop this," he snapped, shoving his way inside before I could even react. "You can't just cut us off like this." "Excuse me?" I crossed my arms, leaning against the kitchen counter. "Pay you off? You mean finally saying no to being your personal ATM?" He glared at me, his voice rising. "Don't be dramatic. You've always helped us, always. You can't just stop." "Oh, but I can." I kept my tone ice cold. "You told me I could eat in the car, remember that? Well, now you can figure out how to pay your own bills." "Do you know what you're doing to us?" Joseph's voice cracked. "Karen's panicking. The kids don't understand why they don't have presents. And Mom and Dad, they're losing it." "Losing it?" I laughed bitterly. "The only thing they've lost is their free ticket to bleed me dry." "You only think about yourself," Joseph exploded, his face turning red. "We're a family. Families help each other." "Help?" I stepped forward, my voice rising to match his. "You want to talk about help? I've paid for your kids' school supplies, covered your rent, even paid your mortgage at one point. I've been more of a father to your kids than you ever were." Joseph's fists clenched. "You think you're so much better than me, don't you?" "I don't think I'm better," I shot back, "but I do know I'm done being used." "Used?" He laughed, but it was a hollow, broken sound. "You're acting like a victim, poor you, right? The rich brother who always had more, who always thought he was too good for the rest of us." "More?" I almost laughed again. "You mean more debt? More sleepless nights wondering if I could cover your bills and still pay my own? More guilt every time I thought about saying no?" "I have kids," he shouted, his voice cracking. "They're suffering because of you." "No, they're suffering because of you," I said, leaning closer, "because you gambled away everything I gave you." His face went pale. "What are you talking about?" "Oh, you really thought I wouldn't find out?" I smirked, but there was no joy in it. "Did you think Karen wouldn't get suspicious? Or that she wouldn't find the bank statements, the secret account you used to hide money?" Joseph's eyes widened. What are you talking about?" "Stop pretending." I lost my temper and pulled out my phone. I had the proof, screenshots Karen's lawyer had given me. They showed gambling websites, pricey dinners, hotel stays, all while I thought I was helping you feed your kids. "You don't know what you're saying," he said, voice shaky and hands trembling. "Really?" I held the phone up to his face. "Then explain this. Thousands of dollars. My money, gone. And Karen? She's done with you. She's already talking to a lawyer." Joseph clenched his jaw. His eyes darted around like he was trying to escape. "You did this," he said. "You turned her against me." "No," I said quietly, feeling the weight of years of anger. "You did this. You ruined your own family. You used me, and now you're paying the price." He stood there for a moment, breathing hard, looking pale. Then suddenly, he snapped. He grabbed my shirt. "You think you can just leave me behind?" he yelled, spit flying. "You think you're done? You owe me. We're family." I pushed him away, and he stumbled backward. "Family?" I said. "Real family doesn't lie. Real family doesn't steal. Real family doesn't use you, then call you a failure when you can't give more." "Get out," I said, calm and firm. "Get out of my house." "I'll tell Mom and Dad," he shouted. "They'll believe me. You'll be the one they blame." I let out a bitter laugh. "Go ahead. But when Karen's lawyer calls them to testify, when the truth comes out, they'll see who really caused all of this." He froze, and for the first time, I saw fear in his eyes. "Last chance, Joseph," I said, pointing to the door. "Leave, and don't come back." His mouth trembled, but he turned and stormed out, slamming the door so hard the walls shook. I stood there, heart racing. Then, silence. Heavy, painful silence. My phone buzzed. A message from Karen. "Thank you." I didn't know how to face him alone. I stared at the message, feeling both relief and sadness. I had lost my brother, but maybe I never really had him. The burden I carried for years was gone. Still, in the quiet of my house, I wondered if I'd made a mistake. But no, this was because of their choices, their betrayal. I had only done what I should have done long ago. I stopped answering their calls. Not mom's crying voicemails, not dad's angry messages, and definitely not Joseph's rage texts. For the first time in years, I didn't owe them anything. No time, no money, not even a reason why. But on the fourth day, loud banging on my door broke the silence. I didn't need to check who it was, I already knew. Joseph's voice was loud and angry. "Open the door, coward." I opened it and leaned against the frame. "Make it quick, I'm busy." His face was full of rage. He pushed his way inside, fists clenched. "You think you can just leave us? Just walk away because you're mad?" "No," I said, closing the door behind him. "I didn't walk away, I took back what you stole." "Stole?" He laughed, but there was no humor. "You gave that money, again and again, you love playing the hero." "I loved my family," I said, "but you're not family anymore, you've taken too much from me." His face turned red. "Don't talk to me like that." "I'll say what I want," I said, stepping closer, "especially now that I know the truth about where the money went." I lowered my voice. "Gambling, Joseph, you thought you could hide that?" His face went pale. "You don't know anything." "Oh, I know plenty," I said, pulling out the screenshots, bank records, secret accounts, thousands gone, while I thought I was helping your family survive. "You went through my stuff?" he shouted, angry and afraid. "No, Karen did, and she showed me." "You always thought you were better than me," he hissed. "Say it," I snapped, stepping in. "Go ahead, say it, but it doesn't matter now, I don't trust you, you broke that trust." He lunged, but I stepped back. He grabbed at nothing. "Shut up." But I didn't back down. "If I'm wrong, prove it, show everyone who you really are." He clenched his jaw, fists shaking, then he stepped back, breathing hard. "I needed that money," he shouted. "You don't get it, the bills, the pressure, Karen." "Karen?" I let out a cold laugh. "She's divorcing you, she knows everything, you ruined your family, just like you tried to ruin mine." His eyes went wide, his breathing fast. "No, she wouldn't do that." "She already has." I stepped closer, my voice like ice. "And guess what? I'm done, but I'm not just walking away, I'm taking back every dollar I gave you." "What?" "You heard me." I grabbed a thick folder from the table and threw it on the couch. "Every cent I ever gave you, rent, groceries, your kid's school, even your mortgage. I kept the receipts, and my lawyer says I can sue you for fraud." "You're bluffing," he shouted, but his voice was shaky. "Am I?" I held up another paper, a signed legal letter. "This is your choice, pay back $42,500 or I take you to court, and with Karen's help, you'll lose." He looked like he might collapse, face pale and knees weak. "I don't have that kind of money." "Then sell your car, sell your stuff, sell your pride, I don't care, you've got 2 weeks." "I'll tell mom and dad," he cried out, panicked. "Go ahead," I shrugged, "let them help you, I'm not their wallet anymore." He stood there shaking, breathing unevenly. "You can't do this, please, don't do this to me." "I'm not doing anything," I said, opening the front door. "I'm just taking back what you stole." Right then, a car pulled up. "Mom and Dad." Mom jumped out and rushed over. "Sweetheart, please, don't do this." I sighed. "He called you, didn't he?" "Let's just talk," Dad said, trying to stay calm. "We're family, we can fix this." "Fix this?" I pointed at Joseph. "Ask him where the money went, ask him what he did with everything I gave him." "It's not what it looks like," Joseph yelled, his voice cracking. "Then tell them," I said, crossing my arms. "Go on, tell them." He looked at Mom and Dad, lips trembling. I had no choice, I thought if I won big." Mom gasped. "Joseph, no, not gambling." Dad's face turned red with rage. "You knew this was happening?" "I tried to stop," Joseph cried, dropping to his knees. "I thought he'd keep helping, I thought I could fix it before. But you didn't." I cut in. "So now you'll fix it my way, 2 weeks, $42,000, or I take you to court." Mom looked at me, tears in her eyes. "Please, he's your brother, don't do this, don't destroy him." "No, Mom," I said quietly, "he destroyed himself, I'm just done paying the price for it." I turned and walked back inside, slamming the door behind me. Their voices faded behind the thick walls, just echoes of a life I'd left behind. But I didn't feel better. Not yet, not until every dollar was returned. I sat on my balcony with a warm cup of coffee, watching the morning light spread across the city. For the first time in years, the silence felt peaceful. It had been a month since I drew the line, since I demanded my money back, since I walked away. Joseph didn't pay right away, he tried begging, threatening, even used Mom and Dad to make me feel guilty, but I didn't give in. Even with proof from Karen and the bank, he still tried to deny everything, but the threat of court worked. He knew he had no way out. 2 weeks later, the first payment came, $10,000. Dad called, furious. "You're tearing this family apart." "No, Dad," I said calmly, "I'm fixing it." Joseph sold his car, pawned his stuff, even took out a loan. He did whatever it took to avoid court. Bit by bit, the debt got smaller. Then, just 2 days ago, the final payment came through. $42,500. All the money I wasted trying to save him, finally returned. But I didn't feel like I'd won. I just felt free. My phone buzzed, a message from Karen. "Thanks again, the kids are adjusting, we're better off without him." I smiled, a real, honest smile. Karen had left Joseph for good, the divorce was final. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel guilty. I felt proud. Then another message came in, this time from Mom. "Please just talk to us, we miss you." I stared at the screen for a long time. It was the same message she'd sent over and over, always sounding desperate, always trying to pull me back in. But I didn't reply. Not because I hated her, not even because I hated Dad or Joseph. But because I finally cared enough about myself to walk away. For years, I thought love meant always giving, that being a good son or brother meant sacrificing everything, even my own happiness. But that wasn't love, that was slowly destroying myself. The doorbell rang, pulling me out of my thoughts. I stood up and opened the door. Uncle Rob was standing there with a warm smile. He held a small, neatly wrapped box. "Thought I'd stop by," he said. "You missed a lot of family dinners, figured I'd bring you something." I laughed and stepped aside. "Just you?" "Just me." He set the box on the table. "I heard what happened, not from them, of course, but I know how they are. They'll never change," I said, pouring us both some coffee. "And that's not your job anymore," he said, patting my shoulder. "You did the right thing, you finally stood up for yourself." We sat and talked for a long time. For once, I didn't feel so alone. I told him everything, the years of giving, the guilt, the final fight, and he listened, really listened. When he left, I was still smiling. The quiet in my home didn't feel lonely. It felt like peace. And as the sunlight filled the room, I realized something important. For the first time, I wasn't just free from their pressure. I was truly free.